Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back for a very exciting review video. It has been such a long time since I last did a designer review for either my shoes or handbag, so I'm actually really excited to be doing this one. I think this is coming way earlier than I intended it to. If you guys may have seen one of my previous videos sharing and introducing my 30th birthday present to myself. As you know, my birthday is not till July, so this came extremely early. I think I ordered her like end of Feb, early March. So if you guys do the math, that was quite a few months away from my actual birthday. But as you guys know, when it comes to vintage, if you don't get it when you like it, it probably is gonna get sold out by the time you're ready to buy it. So I just knew I had to snatch this one up, and I'm very happy that I have in the meantime. So I will have to say that shamefully, I have already started to use her, even though I did try to tell myself to not open her up and to wait till my birthday to use her. I got too excited generally, so I just went ahead and used her anyways, and I don't regret it. I am so in love with this bag, and I'm so happy and over the moon with it. And I think that I have actually aggressively been using her for almost the entire past month, to the point where I think I can give you a full review already now, way ahead of my birthday. So we are at the end of April. I have May, June, and then beginning of July. So like about 2 months and a week till my birthday. This was supposed to be my birthday present, and I'm already reviewing it, which just goes to show how much I've been using it in advance. I may accidentally get myself a little smaller, something closer to my birthday. Definitely not the same price tag as this, but like a little smaller something. But this one, it generally will be a primary birthday present to myself for this year. So as I said, I was very excited to review this one because it's been a while since I've actually purchased any like designer things to really review. Peter and I are saving up for a house right now, and we're trying to kind of scale back how much we're spending. So I'm being a little bit more, I guess, specific with what I buy, and not just like splurging on things like left, right, and center. Like, it really needs to make sense for me. This one made sense because it was my birthday, and a tweed bag has always been on my wish list. So I made the decision and purchased her really quickly, albeit. So I'm gonna give you a quick backstory. I introduced her in my previous video, which I will include in a tag up here or a card up here somewhere. And I shared that I actually purchased her off of the RealReal. So I know there is quite a bit of stuff going through the internet right now from the RealReal that Chanel is suing them. But if you guys do a little bit more digging into that story, it actually goes all the way back to like 2012. So it's not a new and recent development. And apparently there have been allegations that the RealReal has been selling fake Chanels on their site. I'm not defending them, but I just want to put it out there that any reseller or any consignment site online, you always run the risk of happening onto a counterfeit item. So I think it's up to you as the buyer to do your research and to make sure you're very aware of what you're purchasing before you purchase it. It's not just like a one isolated case when it comes to RealReal. There have been many other cases with other websites across the internet that have dealt with counterfeit goods. So please be careful. But yes, let's just get that elephant out of the room. I am very aware of it, as many of you guys have pointed out on my TikTok video when I introduced this bag. I know what's going on, don't worry. I did my research, and I'm very happy with this guy. So this bag is a 2011. I couldn't really pinpoint down exactly which one, but I'm thinking that this is from the fall winter collection, because the entire collection has this vibe, like very dark, rich tone, tweedy colors, and it has this texture of tweed as well. So it's from that collection, from what I gathered from the authenticity card and the date code provided for this bag. I love it. I have been eyeing a tweed bag for the longest time ever. I just think they look so classic and understated and chic, and not everybody has one, which is why I truly love it. But there are some pain points to this bag, and I'm gonna share it with you once we dive into it a little bit more. So as always, we're gonna break this up into the various aspects of the bag, and I think we're gonna start off with aspect number 1, which is overall like aesthetics of it. I got the tweed in the medium size bag, and I think medium is like a really great shape on me. Same with the small. I haven't necessarily tried their jumbo or like the larger ones yet. I think they look a little bit too big for my figure. I don't know, it's just, it doesn't really appeal to me, which is why I was happy with this medium one. Like I said, I have been dying for tweed because I think it just looks so elegant and chic. I would love to get a matching tweed jacket and skirt, or like jacket and pants set. I think that would look absolutely amazing. It just like gives me very Mad Men 70s elegant vibe. I don't know what it is about it. I love it, and this bag's gonna be mine forever. Okay, so it is like, I can't exactly tell what the colors are. It's obviously black mixed in with like some gold or brown threading. Here is like a really close up so you guys can see what it looks like. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to the camera that the lens will allow me to focus on, to show you what the bag actually looks like texture wise up close. It's a little bit darker than this. I bumped up the lighting a bit because it's getting really dark in my condo right now, but this is essentially what the bag looks like up close. So I'm currently in my bag journey where I'm looking for new bags that are still in the realm of neutral colors, but not necessarily black, because over the past 3 to 4 years, I think I focused a little bit too much on black bags. And before that, I was like, Vic, you don't have any black bags in your collection. You should get some neutral colored ones so that you can wear them with everything. And then I went a little bit crazy, definitely tunnel vision, got myself like 3 to 4 black bags. And now I'm like, okay, let's expand a little bit, get some other fun neutrals that you can wear with other outfits again, so that it doesn't always look boring. So an outfit like this, black top, light wash jeans on the bottom, this bag would be perfect for. It adds a little bit of detail, and it's not too much of a flex. It's like a subtle flex because it's like a nice neutral pattern. It's not too flashy, and I like it. So the overall color-wise, I'm a huge fan. The hardware is like, I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a nice champagne gold color, but it's kind of brushed. It's not shiny. It's definitely not of the vintage one where they had 18 plated karat gold on it, but I like it. It's really soft neutral and it's not in your face. I think they did a great job choosing this brushed matte finish with this tweed, because if it was a shiny gold, it might be a little bit too much. It kind of makes the overall look very subdued. And same with the hardware, all else on the chain and the grommets on the top, it's that same brushed matte gold. So I really like it aesthetically overall. It looks like a little pillow. This actually kind of gives me very like Coach Tabby vibes. You know that new Coach Tabby pillow look? Because it's very like plush and like a 19 vibe. It's like, it looks pillowy, that's all I can say. Because of the texture too, it's more of a fabric than the leather. I think it makes it look much more like juicy and plump. When I squish it, I don't know, I feel like I should just like squish this bag whenever I see it. Big fan of this. Okay, so the downside for the aesthetics, like I said, I died for tweed. I think it's so chic, different. Not that many brands come out with tweed bags, and I think it's just so unique to Chanel, because you see every girl carrying like one of the lambskin or the caviar ones. Not to say that I look down on them, I just feel that the bag is a little bit too everywhere, especially in Toronto. And I would personally still love to own one of those bags, but it's not high up on my bag priority right now. I just like the more unique, one-of-a-kind ones. I think that's what I'm attracted to when it comes to bags, because I look at some of my other bags, and even though they're classics, they're not always commonplace ones. But anyways, so I love tweed. I think it's a really unique texture and pattern. The only issue is that it pills. So I thought that because this was fabric, it wasn't going to require as much care and like TLC as like a lambskin would be. Boy, was I wrong. You have to be very careful with this fabric because it pills, it rubs up on the corners, the fabric really kind of like bunches up. Let me see if I can find a corner to show you guys exactly what it looks like. As you guys can see here, where my finger's pointing, this little fluff is flying off the side of the bag. And this is an accumulation of probably me rubbing the side of the bag up against something. Can you guys see that right there? Either it rubbed up against something and it like fluffed out, or it acquired fluff floating through the air that like stuck to the bag, and now it just kind of like pills a little bit. And I do notice that the edges have quite a bit of pilling all around, and every once in a while I do have to like kind of go in and like peel it off just to make sure it doesn't look dirty. Like when you wear a sweater one too many times and it starts to kind of like pill and get little bubbles everywhere, it looks messy. So I do need to maintain this bag a little bit. You have to be careful not to rub up against like textured surfaces like cement or brick where it can pull the material, so you do have to baby this bag quite a bit. I don't want to jump into texture too much or the fabric yet because we're talking about aesthetics, but you do need to be careful that this bag pills. That's all I can say. And I did some research afterwards online, and I found a lot of people had the same issue when it came to tweed. It pills quite a bit, so you do need to maintain the overall look at this bag and shave down pills to make sure that it just doesn't look like bumpy everywhere. So now that we're finished with the overall aesthetics and visuals of the bag, we're gonna move on to aspect number 2, which is the construction and the material. So I touched on this slightly in number 1 about the tweed material. We're gonna chat about it a little bit more in number 2, that I thought that this would be a lot more easier to maintain than my actual leather bags, and boy was I wrong. You do need to be very careful what you're layering this with. If you're gonna be wearing like a thick fluffy sweater and you're wearing it against your chest and it's rubbing against the back, is this gonna pill up against that sweater? Is it gonna cause your sweater to pill there with the friction of it, move it back and forth? Those are things you do have to keep in mind. You have to be careful that you're not like standing against a brick wall, leaning on something that's rough that can pull the bag a little bit. You just gotta be a little bit careful with that. So those are some things to keep in mind when it comes to the construction of the bag. Now, the bag itself is 10 years old. So either the person who had this bag last like just never wore it and never took it out, or they took really, really good care of this bag, because for a bag that's 10 years old, the structure has held up really freaking well. Like, I am so impressed. There's no crazy sagging or anything. The bag sits upright, it's not damaged. The corners are like very, very sharp and thick still. I am obsessed with it. When this arrived, there were no visible scratches on any of the grommets or hardware or the front here. So I was very happy with that. My only issue is the inside, because it is a double flap here. There is leather in the interior. There were some scratches on the inside, and that's to be expected because the interior is like a lambskin. So when you're opening it and putting your hand in, probably whoever was using this scratched it with their nails or their keys or something. So that's the only thing I would have like a really big issue with, is the interior lining with the leather. But overall, the structure of the bag is phenomenal, and I have heard time and time again that the older Chanel bags actually are made a little bit better than the newer ones. So that's kind of what drives me to invest a little bit more in older pieces as opposed to just always investing in new ones directly from the store. So I like that this one is made really well, and I think that over time it's going to hold its structure pretty good for me too. Aspect number 3 is the versatility and overall like function of the bag. So like I said, I think this bag sits really well on my body. It looks great. It's not too long on my hips when I crossbody it, and it doesn't drop too long on my shoulders when I'm wearing it as a shoulder bag either. So size wise, it fits me perfectly. I'm like a 5'5", 5'6" on a really good day. And I think it just sits on my body really, really well. If you have a similar silhouette or height or body shape like me, I think you would also really enjoy a medium too. It is a quite spacious bag, and I'm gonna show you what I can fit inside. So when you open the flap here, oh, I forgot to mention the back does have a little pocket here. I never really put anything in the back here though, so this one usually just ends up like not being used. Same as some of my other Chanel bags where I don't really use back pockets. This is a double flap, so on the top here there's that like little secret compartment where I think Coco Chanel kept her cigarettes. I don't. You can't fit much in here, to be honest. Like, it only goes up to here and it doesn't go down. It stops right here, which is kind of annoying. So I never use this compartment either. There is a back component here, which I also never use. I think this would be good if you want to store receipts in here. Those are nice and flat, but again, I don't really use it. There is that little double flap here when you lift it up, and then there is the button to press and seal down on here. The front has a separate kind of little pocket here, which I actually personally use to put receipts in here when I need to, or store like mail if I'm going to the bank and I need to bring in a slip. And then the inside, I actually have a bag insert in here right now. I just finished filming a review video for these Samorga inserts, so check that out. I'll include it in a card above so you guys can see my thoughts on it. But the inside is just one huge pocket here, and there are 2 little compartments on the other side that I sometimes put things like my cards in if I want to carry only 1 or 2. At the moment, I just store all of my authenticity cards in my bags whenever I use them so that I don't ever lose or misplace them. And then yeah, that's essentially it. I can actually fit a lot in this bag, and I'm somebody who carries quite a bit. Keep in mind though is that I usually carry my phone in my pockets, like my pant pockets or my hands, because I'm usually using it. And keys, if I'm with Peter, usually he has keys since his car keys are attached to our house keys. And if he drives us, then there's no point in both of us carrying a set of keys, so usually he has them. But if I have keys, I can definitely still fit it in this bag, or I throw it into my jacket pocket. At the moment, because the bag is leather on the inside, it's lambskin, and when I saw that it was damaged, I definitely wanted to take care of it, and also because of the age, I wanted to maintain its integrity and the shape. So I do have a bag shaper for it. If you guys want to see my full in-depth review, it is in my Samorga review video, so check that out. But structure-wise, it fits a lot, like a lot. I can fit my cell phone in here if I still wanted to. I currently have my wallet, receipts, compact mirror, 2 pads, a hand cream, and I used to have a lip balm. I just took it out the other day because I was replacing it with a different one. But yeah, a lot goes into this bag, and I think it's great for everyday use. It's definitely not a bag you want to stuff with a ton of things, but if you just keep your practical everyday pieces in here, there's more than enough space for it, and you can just comfortably lock it, and the bag is good to go. Okay, aspect number 4, I think we're in 4 if I'm tracking this properly, is going to be the price. So as you guys know, Chanel bags do not come cheap. I believe in store, a tweed bag runs you anywhere from like 6,000 to 7,000 brand new already, and that's pre-taxed, at least in Canada. So after tax, it's going to be like $7,000 to $8,000, and that's quite expensive for a tweed bag. I have been looking for a tweed bag for a few years now, and I haven't seen any that I've truly loved when it comes to in-store shopping. So I had a lot of people ask me, why do I constantly look at like consignment sites or like pre-loved sites, or why do I like vintage bags so much? Why don't I just shop in-store new? I don't have an issue with shopping in store new. I just haven't seen any that I liked, and I just happened to accidentally stumble across this one on the RealReal. I wasn't intentionally looking for a tweed bag, but I was just looking at Chanel bags in general that they had available on the site, and when I saw this one, I fell in love, and I knew that it had to be mine, so I snatched it up instantly, and it has definitely fulfilled all of my tweed dreams and more that I could have ever have wanted. So I'm very, very happy with her. Like I said, I don't currently love any of the tweeds that they have in store. I find that a lot of the recent collections, Chanel has gone really loud when it comes to tweed and the colors that they use and just like the prints that they kind of mash together. So it wasn't really up my alley. I wanted something very neutral and everyday. Et voila. This is the one I ended up with. So yeah, price point for this one, I think, okay, so the Real is a little bit weird. They have this thing called dynamic pricing on their site. Everything is priced at USD, and I guess it goes up or down in regards to the value Chanel currently on the market. I actually use the site in CAD, so I know exactly what I am paying for. Transparently, the Real does not offer any sort of free shipping. I paid around $38 for this bag to be shipped to me from New York. It could be different if they're shipping from a different location, but I live in Toronto, Canada, and this one was shipped up from New York, so you can do the math as to how far they had to ship and probably what the cost was. $38. I don't know if it changes, but that's how much I paid if you want to know. And in regards to duties, I did the math. I was only charged 13%. Usually if I get things sent in to me from places abroad that are off the continent, I end up getting charged almost 30% in duties. And I don't know if I only got charged 13% because this was already in North America as opposed to being imported in from like somewhere else off the continent. I have no idea how they broker these fees. Just letting you guys know that's how much I paid and that's how much I got for this bag. So back to the Real. I shop on the site in CAD, and I think I first happened upon this bag when it was listed at like 6.6 thousand Canadian, something like that. I don't remember exactly at the top of my head. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit much for a bag. I don't think I've ever paid 6,000 for a bag yet. So I hemmed and hawed a little bit. And then a few days later, I saw the price go down. And I was like, okay, like why aren't the prices like stabilized? Why are they going down? And I did some more digging, and it turns out the Real uses this thing called like dynamic pricing. Essentially, it fluctuates and adjusts to the market value at the time. So I was like, okay, I guess the prices can go up and down then. At least at this point, maybe I should keep watching the prices to see if it goes down more. I was actually already considering pulling the trigger when it was like 59 because I felt like that was pretty good. It was under 6, and I was like, you know what, under 6, I can justify that. Whatever the duties are gonna be, it's still gonna put it over 6, so I'm happy. And then when I went to go back to purchase it, it went back up again. I was like, oh my God, Vic, like why? Like why? It went back up to 6 point something, and I was really, really pissed off at myself. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. So I waited a little bit longer. I was perusing the site again a few days later. Didn't find anything. Went back on another week later. They were having a sale. Unfortunately, the sale wasn't applicable to Chanel. The Real always has this like 20% off sale on their site, but it's only applicable to certain brands and certain items, and it never seemed to be applicable to this bag, so I was not able to use it for this. And then one day, I don't know how, but I happened upon it. The bag had dropped back down to like 5.6. And I thought to myself, I'm like, is this a sign? Should I be getting this bag? Because I have not seen it drop down to 5.6. And when I first saw this bag was like 6 point something. So you're saving quite a bit, at least like $1,000 compared to what you saw at the first time. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna make the decision to just purchase the bag. We're gonna hold on to it till your birthday and then we'll open it. Obviously, as we know, that didn't happen. But I ended up purchasing the bag. Came out to like 5.6 something with the duties and like the taxes. It came out to like just shy of like I think 6.1-ish or so. So at the end of the day, it did hit 6K. This is probably my most expensive bag yet. But I really love her. And even if I think about it, the price that I paid for her compared to what I would have to pay brand new in-store retail, and it's still cheaper than I think pre-tax in store, and it's a design that I like. Versus I don't like any of the designs that I currently see in store, and God knows when a certain pattern is going to come out that I actually genuinely like, and at that point the price probably will have gone up again because last year Chanel increased their prices like twice in the year. It was insane. It was almost like a 25% increase overall year over year. So I was like, you know what? I'm not waiting. I like this bag. It makes sense. It fits everything that I need. It checks off everything that I want in a tweed bag. It's neutral, it's cute, it's a nice print, it's a nice pattern, perfect size, great price. I was like, let's get it. All in all, do I think that this was worth the price? I mean, that's subjective because it is an expensive bag. Some people would say that designer handbags are a waste of money. But for myself, since Chanel itself appreciates in value over time, I do think that this is a good investment in the bag, and the price itself I think was great for it. Am I planning to sell this bag at all down the road in the future? No, I have no intentions of reselling this bag, but it's still nice to know that it has a resale value that's fairly attractive, I guess. If I was ever in the rut that I needed to sell the bag, or I just decided I don't like this bag anymore, I know I can definitely sell it for a little bit more, considering the fact that Chanel goes up twice a year. So I think overall the price for this bag is quite great, subjectively compared to other Chanel bags in the boutique at the moment. So I was really happy with this one. Ooh, I also wanted to mention the Real is available on Rakuten. If you're not already signed up for that platform, I'll include my affiliate or referral link down below. You don't lose anything from it. I think we both get like $15 or whatever if you sign up and purchase something with Rakuten. But essentially, I think they offer 2.5% cash back on their site. So I got like a couple $100s back on this bag, which is great. Like, it's almost as if they paid me to shop there, which is like not the best mindset to have, but it's kind of what happened. I got money back. So it offset how much I spent, and it was great. I was just happy. I would never been able to make like a couple $100s from buying a bag in store. So, I mean, why not? And then I think the very last aspect I'm gonna touch on is like, I guess just the overall practicality and cost per wear of this bag for myself. So it's definitely not a statement bag, although it is tweed. Some may say it looks like a statement because it is a Chanel bag, but I think because the texture is a lot more casual and it's like a modeled kind of look, it looks more like an everyday bag. Like I could just genuinely wear it out with like, I guess sweatpants, but sweatpants were made trendy this year, so maybe it is a trendy look. But I could wear this with the bummiest outfit and not look like I'm dripping in Chanel, if that makes sense. So I think this bag actually has great everyday functionality. I can wear it whenever I want. And also because it is Chanel, I can definitely dress it up if I need to go out for like an evening event. I would probably at that point not wear it as a crossbody, since crossbody is a little bit more of like a casual way of wearing a bag. I'd probably turn it into a shoulder one like this, and then just wear it over my shoulder with like a nice outfit. I think this would look so chic for a night out, for like a date or something. Very, very cute. I love it. Personally for myself, I've been wearing this bag like non-stop. Case in point, my Instagram, if you've seen some of my posts, I am obsessed with her. I love this shape, and I think the color is perfect for everyday wear or even going out evening wear. So I would highly recommend this one if you can get yourself this bag specifically. I will try my best to see if I can link it in the description bar down below, but I have never seen this bag anywhere else online. I think it might have been like a very limited edition run. But yes, I will include the original listing for this bag off of the RealReal, because I know they do have that function where you can get notified if they get the bag relisted from somebody else. So if they magically get a second one, you can get your hands on that bag. But yes, I truly love this bag. And I think it works great as both like a casual everyday bag and like as a night bag, depending on how you want to style this. Okay, so overall my thoughts on this bag. I don't think I have any issues with this bag, to be very honest. I'm very, very pleased and happy with this purchase, and I have like zero buyer's remorse. Sometimes I get buyer's remorse for my designer handbags because I'm like, why did I spend that much money on a bag that I'm not going to get a lot of use out of? But this one I think genuinely is a great purchase, and it fit a lot of holes that I wanted to fill in my closet when it came to handbag selection. So I'm very, very happy with her overall. Haven't given her a name yet. I do give some of my bags names, so let me know if you guys have some recommendations as to what I should name her. I think I'm going to give her something cute. She's also special too, since she's my 30th birthday to myself, and yes, it is a girl. I name all of my things girl things just because I don't know why. It's just the way I do. But yeah, love this bag. Very happy. If you guys are considering a tweed, I think I shared all the things I think were important in regards to like the care, overall look and aesthetics, and just like my view on how a tweed bag looks compared to like a leather bag. Would I recommend this bag? Yeah. If you can find it anywhere else online, because they definitely don't sell this in the boutique anymore. Let me know if you actually have this bag. I would love to know if we're bag twins. I haven't seen anybody with this, which is kind of cool and unique, which is why I really like it. But yeah, overall, I'm so happy with this purchase. Happy birthday to me. From me to me. But yeah, that is my review for my 30th birthday present to myself. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it insightful or helpful. If you're currently on the market for a Chanel bag, you're interested in learning more about the RealReal and my experiences with it, or you're just curious about tweed bags or just my handbag purchases in general, I hope you enjoyed this video and you liked coming back and watching my channel. If you guys want to see more of me, you know where to find me. I'm always on Instagram and on TikTok. I post on both of those platforms every single day, at least, I think. It's quite active on there. And if you guys want to see more of me on here, I am here every Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you're not already. That way you're notified every single time I post a brand new video. But other than that, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!